Alrighty. Not too long ago, um, I replaced the hammer and trigger spring with a JP Enterprise spring from Brownells. Kit went in pretty easy, but we took it out yesterday and we're having some misfires from I'm guessing from a light hammer strike because we were having quite a few of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and break this down, and as you can see, the gun is safe. We'll take the magazine out. We don't need it in there, and nothing in the chamber. So we got to get rid of this grip to break this gun down. So we'll take that grip off. This is a Smith & Wesson M&P 1522. We've had lots of fun with it. So we were kind of disappointed the other day when we took it out shooting and we weren't having any luck with it. We did take the hammer spring out and try to bend it to where it would work properly, but it just wasn't working. So as you can see, it has the JP yellow springs in there, and we're going to put the original one back in it. So it's just a pretty easy process. And as you can see, we tried bending it back further to give it to give it more pressure on the hammer, but even after it'd fire a couple of times and then wouldn't fire anymore. So we're going to take the JP yellow spring out. We're going to leave the trigger spring in and replace it back with the original one. Make sure that when you do this, that you pay attention to how the hammer spring comes off. If not, you'll easily get it on backwards, and I have done that a couple of times myself. So put the hammer spring on and replace it back in the gun. Hardest part is making this side line up. But as you can tell, it's not too overcomplicated. And now that I say that, I must be right up against the other side yet. So try that. With it cocked back, it looks like it's in place. Nope, still not quite there yet. Kind of hard to see on both sides. Let's see. There we go. Now we got it in there. Little click. So there you have it. Put the gun back on fire. So that's how easy it is to replace the hammer springs on these if you haven't ever done it before. And it's just one pin and a spring. And if you've got a Smith & Wesson M&P, I would say not to put in the hammer spring. So we can put this gun back together. And there we have it. Our Smith & Wesson M&P with the stock hammer spring back in place. I guess we could go ahead and test fire it. That's a safe direction. So there you go. Sounds good. I noticed with the yellow spring in that it seemed a little bit more bouncy, not as solid. So there it is. We've replaced the original spring back in it. Really don't know what to do with this spring. Don't really have a use for it anymore. So we'll put it back together and put it back in its case for the next time we go shooting. And I'd really, if you do anything modified to your gun, something simple like that, take the springs with you the next time you go shoot it. And that way, because we got to replace that spring pretty easy and kept shooting. But I didn't have the spring with me, so therefore we couldn't keep shooting the gun. So back on safe. So there's my Smith & Wesson M&P 1522. Replaced the hammer spring back to original. I keep the 10-round magazine in it. It fits in the case nice that way. I do have some 25s, but just it fits really good in the case. So thanks for watching, and have fun and be safe.